welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to do a book haul. I plan on being more selective with the books that I'm bringing in this year, so I plan on doing book hauls quarterly. However, I still have to get through all of the books that I got at the end of last year. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book that I brought in was Dark Banquet by Bill Schultz. This is about blood-feeding creatures and it is a nonfiction work. I really enjoyed Cannibalism by this author and wanted to pick this one up, and I couldn't find a copy of this through the library, so I was like, I really want to read this one specifically, so I wanted to add it to my shelves because I really like the concept of reading about vampire bats and other blood-feeding creatures. I got quite a few of these books during the book outlet Black Friday sale, so that would be why this is a bit of a larger haul, but I'm not super upset with that. One of which was Sweet Tea and Sympathy by Molly Harper. I've read this series and I really liked this series enough to want to own copies of it, and this was the first book in the series and they had it. This is the Southern Electric series by Molly Harper, and it follows a family called the McCreadys. They own a bait shop and a funeral parlor, and this is about the cousin who is coming back to the town. And I really enjoyed this series. This one was actually my least favorite in the entire series so far, but I still gave it 4 stars and really liked it. So I'm glad to start collecting them, especially since these ones all have like really pretty simplistic kind of southerny covers. So I'm glad to add a Molly Harper to my actual physical collection. A book that was on my debut project from last year that I hadn't gotten to, but I really was interested in, was Spectacle. This is a YA kind of murder mystery historical fiction, and I am super interested in this one. I wasn't a fan of a different one that is super popular, but I always love historical fiction murder mystery books. I love murder mystery books in general, where people are tracking killers. That has always been my like thing ever since I was young, so I always check out the debuts when they come out, and I'm excited to get to this one. I also picked up Give the Dark My Love by Beth Revis. This is a very slow burn fantasy necromancy book. I know that the necromancy takes place like very close to the end, and then it's gonna like focus on more in the second book in this duology. However, I'm looking forward to checking this one out now that I have adjusted my expectations with the fact that the necromancy is like very drawn out. But I'm looking forward to it because I like necromancy books, you know? Another book that I picked up during that Black Friday sale that absolutely made sense for me was Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. I ended up reading Renegades in 2019 and really enjoyed it and wanted to continue on in the series, and I didn't own Arch Enemies or Supernova, and now I own Arch Enemies, and when I finish this one I might pick up Supernova from the library, or a maybe book outlet will have it by then. But I now own this one so I can continue on in the series and maybe even finish out this trilogy next year. Since that's, again, something I was worried about, was finishing series in 2020. So maybe this will be one that I finish. And the last book that I had gotten from that book outlet sale was Middlegame by Shauna McGuire. I know this has to do with alchemy and 2 twins named Roger and Dodger, and that's all I really need to know going into this. My last book of the month purchase was The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I picked this one because it was the one that I was most interested in that month's selection. However, like looking back, I probably should have just skipped again. But my problem with book of the month was I was just skipping so many months and then going, okay, I was already gonna get this book, so let's get this book. And I don't need to be doing that. And so I just decided to stop using book of the month in general. So I no longer have book of the month. This is my last one. I'm hopeful I'll like it. It was on the Goodreads Choice Awards for mystery thrillers. So I'm hopeful that it'll be good. I ended up picking up 2 copies of Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I love this series. I love the Folk of the Air series by her, and I am so glad that I have this entire series in both the white on black and the black on white, and they look so pretty, like all lined up on my shelves. And this is one of the things that I will be collecting in like the 2 different editions, just because I think it's nice to have some extras of multiple copies. I don't have too many books that I have multiple copies of, but series like this where I absolutely love them will be one of those things. I ended up picking up Gideon the Ninth. I got the original like first run with the black sprayed edges. Unsure if I'm going to continue on in the series, but I own Gideon the Ninth, Necromancy Space. A book I was dumb and forgot last time when I was doing a book haul was His Hideous Heart, edited by Dahlia Adler. This is a collection of 13 reimagined Edgar Allan Poe stories. I have all of Edgar Allan Poe's stories and poems on my TBR. This would probably be a good companion to read alongside that. Should I do that? Probably soon, especially since I did have an idea for this book when it was coming out, and I might still do that next year. We'll see. I ended up getting one of the beautiful limited edition Goldsboro Starless Sea copies. I am so happy that I picked this one up. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. This isn't a wrap up, but I'm glad that I ended up getting this book in the limited edition that has like only 500 copies, and then ended up really liking it. It was a gamble for sure because I hadn't read it yet, but I'm so happy that I have this beautiful book in this beautiful limited edition, and I'm just happy that I have it. So there's that. And the very last book that I have to haul today is from my friend Leah. My friend Leah ended up giving me all of her Percy Jackson books when she unhauled them, and quite a few of her other Rick Riordan books. So almost all of my Rick Riordan books that I have are from my friend Leah, and she ended up giving me The Tyrant's Tomb for Christmas, which is the 4th book in the Trials of Apollo series. I have only read the first one, and this one had been on my list because I love these covers and I have really enjoyed this particular world, and I kind of wanted to binge the next couple of books, and she ended up, because she is amazing, sent me this one because, well, she had given me all the other ones. Why not continue on? I think she gave me the 3rd one last year. I should probably read those this year, you know? So these are the books that I have picked up recently or gotten in the case of a couple. I am hopeful that my first quarter is not too bad. I did receive a gift card from my mom for books for Christmas. However, so I'm hopeful that I don't just blow through that whole gift card in one go, but I've also met myself. So that's a possibility. What about you? What are some books that you have picked up recently? Have you read any of the ones that I haven't read? Let me know what you thought about them in the comments down below. If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. I post videos on Wednesdays. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.